What's up, family? Back better and popping. Every single app yesterday. It was literally suppression at its finest. That's what I heard in my head. You could be really fully experiencing drastic mood changes at this point. At this time, your body, I feel like our bodies are preparing for something that our minds don't. We don't know what's coming, but our bodies know. Energetically, we feel it. And the shift is here. The shift has already happened. I made a video earlier in the week. I haven't uploaded it yet, but I will upload it this week, talking about how to eliminate fear in the collective consciousness, and how basically like everything that we're experiencing right now, the root of the resistance is fear within the collective consciousness. The collective experience is fear, and if we learn how to eliminate our fear and transcend it into unconditional love, and learn how to accept other people and ourselves for who we are without judgment or expectation from them, we would instantly level out the planet. But I'm gonna upload that later this week. This is on my mind today. I want to talk about excess potential, and then I'll do the cards after. I've been really picking up. I wanted to give a read yesterday because I just, like, the downloads were crazy. But 1, 2, 3 on my clock. My storage was being weird on both phones. Storage was being weird. I tried to upload yesterday onto YouTube. I tried to upload yesterday on YouTube. It was telling me I had to go into my settings to turn on, give them access. And I keep saying, stop. Ugh. Even me right now, 1:44, you could be feeling this energy of you just found your power. And that's what I'm getting. You really found your power. People, like I've said, people could have been popping into your life over the course of last week, this week, just kind of reminding you that you're that girl. In subtle ways, though, they'll just calmly tell you exactly what you need to know. And 213, you need to believe them. You have to start believing people when they compliment you. You have to start believing people when they salute the divinity in you. 222 on my clock as soon as I said that. When people in this season of your life, when they begin to start saluting the divinity in you, because you're going to start meeting people who really recognize and resonate with that power that you hold and possess. You were born with this power. It can't leave you. You finally, all the trials and tribulations that you've been through, you've transcended it. We've been talked about it. You've transcended all of those heavy emotions. You really felt the feelings. And if you missed the YouTube post, I ended up posting like a little Twitter thing on YouTube yesterday, giving you guys a reading for yesterday because it wasn't letting me upload anything. And a big part of the message was you need to feel your feelings. That's the most important part of the message, actually. During this time, you need to be feeling your feelings because, like I said, you could be feeling really strong mood shifts. There could be a lot of things in your life that are testing you right now, and it's just old energy clearing out. It's just old energy. It wants to drag you away from this abundance mindset that you cultivated. This new life that you have created, it's here. You can't escape it. 333, you can't stop the madness. You can't stop what you have created. And even yesterday, I was in the bathroom trying to just relax and calm down because I was just feeling so defeated, especially when it comes to social media and technology and stuff. If that's not working, you can't do nothing about that. You just got to eat that. And it just reminds me of how pointless and how worthless this phone is if it doesn't work. This is useless if it's not doing what I need it to do, right? You, in this next period of your life, hold on to the power that you have found within yourself because it was always there. You didn't create this newfound power that you've stepped into. You literally just became aware of the power that you already had. A big part of the reading yesterday that I wrote out was you deserve to gain your own self-trust. You have got yourself to this point. You deserve to trust yourself. You've earned it. You have single-handedly earned your self-trust in this period of your life and for the rest of your life. You have pulled yourself out of so many low situations, out of situations that someone else, it would have taken them out. The situations that you've been through were heavy, emotionally draining. But because you were able to pull yourself out of that and step outside of your emotions and really analyze life and the situations that you went through from a higher perspective, from a spiritual perspective, you cleared your debt. You healed those wounds. You are reaping what you're sowing. You're about to get everything that you want. And I feel it. I feel the energy. I have a red carpet event tonight. And I'm just sitting here processing life, realizing that everything that I experienced up until this day today was preparation. Like I said in multiple readings when I first started this 2 weeks ago, you're being prepped. You're being prepped for the abundance that you asked for. A part of the reading, 11:23 on my clock over here, a part of the reading yesterday was, what was it? It was, to feel your feelings, because you need to keep creating internal space for all of the love that is coming into your life. You have to feel those feelings. You have to process them out. You have to 555. You really have to, in this point in your life, you really have to feel those uncomfortable feelings, because all they want to do is be felt. All they want to do is go through your body. You do yourself nothing by holding on to energy and just not allowing it to flow through you as it's meant to. You do yourself nothing. So I want to get into excess potential. And then this is just going to be a quick video because I want it to lead into the video that I made earlier in the week that I'm going to post later this week. This is actually from my journal that I wrote this journal is filled up with stuff. This is the first time ever that I've actually completed a journal, and I finished it last year. 2 years ago. No, last year. It doesn't matter. It's done. It's completed. And this was when I was really in the dark night of the soul phase. So I had a lot on my mind. I was processing a lot. There's a lot of downloads in here. There's a lot of things in here that I wrote down that I'm experiencing in my physical life right now. So like I said, you could be experiencing a lot of manifestations. You could just really be looking at your life right now from a higher perspective and analyzing how far you've come. You're analyzing all the decisions that you've made up until this point and realizing that everything really does happen for a reason. Even if you don't understand the reason, it happens for a reason. And sometimes you're just not meant to know. Sometimes the beauty, you need to rest in the unknown state, because the unknown is where you get the opportunity to take risks, to make decisions for yourself, to actually trust yourself in the unknown. Because whether you believe it or not, you've trusted yourself enough to get yourself to this point. You might as well just own it. Own everything about yourself. Own everything about this version of you that you created because you stepped into it. I got a download in the car today and said, what are you holding yourself back from, and who are you dimming your light for? And are you dimming your light for people whose lives are better than you? Are you dimming your light for people who you want to be like? Are you dimming your light for people who aren't doing better than you? And this is a collective where I feel like you've just dimmed your light your whole life for people who were never even on your level. Like I said in my past readings, you have a base frequency that's up here, and you've been surrounded by intentionally. It was the cosmic intention for you to be surrounded by people whose base frequency was down here, so you could find your power, so you could get back to your true potential. Because if you would have just, if I just feel like if you're the type of person where you have to be pushed to do things, especially to do things that you don't want to do. You're the type of person where you want to do exactly what you want to do when you want to do it without being told how to do it. This is a collective that you thrive under structure, and you don't thrive in communities that are unstructured. You like a sense of standard. You are someone who is very picky and particular about if you haven't been picky you've been very picky and particular about the people that you've been surrounded by for the past year and a half, simply because you've realized and stepped into your own awareness of your base dominant frequency being up here, resonating up here, and that you've actually been in environments with people whose dominant frequency is down here, where the structure didn't exist, where there was no standard. You are someone who thrives in standard, you need structure. 329 was on my clock as I said that. You've really found that for yourself, as you should, period, because ain't nobody, why are you hanging around people who already off rip don't meet you where you're at? They can't meet you where you're at. They're physically, energetically unable. They don't have the capacity to expand their consciousness to meet you where you're at. That's why 99% of people don't go down this journey. They don't go down this healing path, because it's hard. but you're someone who you decided to just throw yourself in the fire, and you still surrounding yourself with people who are scared to even go near the fire. Come on, be real with yourself. Release excess potential. Excess potential, something that is created by thought energy, generates balance forces. Thought energy generated through the attribution of excess meaning in your life. This creates an instability, only created by thought energy. Create your own balance or nature will. What creates excess potential? Attaching excess importance to something generated by feelings of blame, fear, guilt, shame, dissatisfaction, admiration. What does that say? I can't read my handwriting. Vanity and superiority. How to identify these blockages create excess potential, right? So blame, feelings of blame, fear, guilt, shame, superiority, vanity, admiration, dissatisfaction, those all create excess potential within your body. Feelings like expansion, love, gratitude, appreciation do not create excess potential in your body, because that is how you will be. If you are operating out of your true nature, 1101, if you were operating out of your true power, you would not be feeling feelings of blame, fear, guilt, shame, dissatisfaction, admiration, vanity, superiority, because you'd be operating out of your true potential. Like I've said, not like I said, you're gonna watch the video when I post it this week. I said in the video talking about how to eliminate fear from the collective consciousness, I mentioned the fact that, oh my God, I just lost my train of thought. I'm tight. I'm so tight right now. What did I say? In the video, talking about blame, share, Oh, yes, it's an intentional, right now, what we're experiencing in the collective consciousness throughout this collective environment that we have created for ourselves, because whether you guys want to admit it or not, we have created this experience that we are experiencing. This is a collective experience. Through the law of oneness, we are all connected. So if there is heavy trauma, 1, 2, 3, if there is heavy pain, heavy chaos going on in society right now, throughout the world right now, we created it. 12-12. But in the next video that I upload, I'm going to tell you how to get out of that, how to completely shift the narrative and completely shift the experience, shift the collective experience, because everything that we're experiencing right now is rooted in fear. What you don't understand, you fear. What you hate, you subconsciously fear to a certain degree. In the video, I get into the law of reflection. I'm not even gonna do it. You'll see it in the next video. Long story short, what's going on right now in society, period, in the world, especially in the United States of America, is an intentional effort from people with power to suppress the collective consciousness from experiencing their true potential. What is your true potential? I do not know what your true potential is for you, because that is something that you must figure out for yourself. But I can only tell you that you're not operating from your true potential when you're feeling when you're feeling feelings of blame, fear, guilt, shame, dissatisfaction, when you're seeking admiration, when you're seeking external validation. You have to be the one to validate yourself first in this period of your life. And the only reason why, this is what I need you to, the only thing I need you to take away from what I'm saying right now, and even if this is your first time watching a video like this is your first time watching me, I applaud you for your curiosity, right? I applaud you for really just feeding that inner child, being curious about this, being curious about what's this about, what is it going on? Even if you've never watched a video like this before, I applaud you for that. A fractal of your frequency resonates with what it is that I'm saying. You might not resonate with everything that I'm saying, but take what resonates and leave what doesn't, per usual. But understand that us talking right now, us being in communication, you listening to me is not a coincidence, right? This is chance. It all just happened. You're meant to be here listening to what I'm saying. So please take what I'm saying. Don't take it lightly, because it's really important. The fear is winning in the collective consciousness right now, because people are not operating out of their true potential. People are operating out of feelings of blame, fear, guilt, shame. People are seeking superiority. They're seeking power for the wrong reasons. Vanity. Everyone nowadays, it's like, why are you posting on social media for the validation of other people, or are you posting it because you liked what you actually, like what you're posting, right? Dissatisfaction. Why are you not happy in your own life? Why are you experiencing feelings of dissatisfaction in your own life? You created this. You are the creator and controller, 1444, of your own reality. I said in the video that I made that I'm going to upload, when people came to the awareness of the fact that they actually had the ability of choice to decide to be happy in their own life, everyone would be happier because they would do things that make them happy. Your only purpose, Abraham Hicks talks about this a lot, your only purpose here on earth is to be happy, because when you are happy, truly operating out of your true potential, not experiencing feelings of shame, guilt, fear, blame, not seeking external validation for anything that you like, that makes you happy. When you claim your happiness freely, that is when you will be operating out of your true potential. But until people learn how to mind their business and stop worrying about what other people are doing, stop giving your attention to things that you cannot control, when you start focusing on yourself, that is when your world will open up and it will expand in new ways that you could have ever imagined. Because whether you believe it or not, like, a lot of people give their power away on a daily basis. You're giving your power away to the stuff that people are telling you in the media. There's a lot of misinformation going around, and there's a lot of information that's out that people just don't understand. And when you don't understand something, what did I say? You fear it. The collective consciousness experience right now is rooted in fear. And the only way that we can escape and change this narrative and change the collective experience and really achieve heaven on earth, really achieve calm and peace, is for everyone through the law of oneness needs to develop their own sense of internal calm and peace. Because like I said, in multiple readings, this is an energetic planet. This is an energetic planet. If you are right within and your entire family is right within, and then you guys as a unit will spread that positivity and joy into the universe, and you don't understand how powerful and potent positivity is in this universe, in this simulation. The way this universe is designed, the way God designed this universe, negativity, it doesn't do you anything. Negativity shrinks. Negativity restricts. Positivity expands, and that is how this universe is designed. You can't escape that. So if you are a constantly negative person, complaining about things that you can't control, living in a fear state, living in a capitalistic mindset, and granted, capitalism, I talk about this in the video that I'm going to upload. Capitalism is the root of a lot, but it is not an excuse for you to use it. It's not an excuse for you to be a victim. It's not. Because I used to be someone where it's like, I gotta work to make money. No, you don't. And I used to look at people who talk like this as if I just would be like, you don't understand it. But my struggle is real to me. How I feel is real. I feel like I do need to work to make money. I really feel like I do need to work multiple jobs to provide for myself. I really do feel like I need to be a hamster on a wheel, because that's how they conditioned you to be. Anyone who is telling you that you don't need to work for money, that if you just apply universal law and spiritual law into your life, it will change your life. Anyone who's telling you that knows the truth. Like I said in the video I'm going to upload, my presence was not needed on a topic like this 6 months ago, which is why I was not here. I wasn't on YouTube posting. I was being prepped. God literally wants me to talk about this to y'all, to people. If I can just wake one person up in the collective, one person up, and change the perspective of one person, and really have them do the internal deep dive on how they can create unconditional love within themselves, and how they can create peace and calmness and create their own sense of happiness in themselves, because they know that they create it. Nothing outside of you can bring you happiness but yourself. If I can just change the perspective of one person in the collective, that will make me so happy, because one person connected to source is more powerful than 100 who are not. So do not ever doubt the power of your own positivity. Even if you're in environments where you're the only positive person, don't ever doubt your positivity. And you need to embody and hold steady on that frequency that you created. Because that now is a time where the little things they're trying to come back in to drag you off that frequency and get you back down to where that old frequency. There are little things that are going to be happening at this time, but it's because you've successfully cleared out that energy. You stepped into your home frequency. So of course, there are going to be people, places, and things that are trying to penetrate your aura at this time. Even in the reading that I gave, the reading that I posted yesterday in writing, I said at this time, people are going to be curious about you, and you need to let them, because your light is mad bright. People just want to talk to you. They just want to experience your energy. They just want to feel you. They just want to get a little taste of you. And like I said in the reading, give them a taste, but don't give them the whole recipe. That is up to you. If you want to give them the whole recipe, you better listen to your discernment, and your body better feel right about you fully just unpeeling that onion of a soul you have to other people. You're a deep person. This is a deep collective. You've learned the lesson of being too deep with people who are surface level. You've learned that lesson. Take risks. I was getting my nails done today. She goes, oh, let me try this new thing. It's on the house. I said, I'm a real big, like real picky and particular with my nails. Not just gonna do anything. And she wasn't trying to tell me what she was doing. I personally don't like deciding in the dark, right? And she goes, come on, like, it'll just be cute. It'll just a little thing. I'm like, girl, what are you gonna do though? Like, she's like, gold or silver. I'm like, Mimi, what are you about to do? Because if I don't like it, then what? She goes, all right, never mind. Like, you just gotta take a risk. And I thought about it, and I literally pulled that card yesterday. The take a risk and be strategic card came out with the abundance card to clarify the abundance card. And I was like, yeah, that's a lesson I need to learn. And she goes, cause you know, like, and cause I went to go back. I'm like, all right, fine, do it. She goes, nope, lost your chance. And I was like, yeah, you know what? You damn right. As I should have lost my chance. God needed to teach me that lesson, because in this life, you need to understand the power of opportunity and the potential in opportunity. And opportunity is once in a lifetime, right? It's really small. The example I gave is very minute and compared to the grand scheme of things, but she was like, what did she say? She goes, yeah, I mean, in business, when you're doing business with people, you don't ever know. You just have to trust them, right? You just have to trust that this is working out in your favor. I was like, I know, but what if I don't like it? And she goes, girl, we can always take it off. It can always be fixed. That's your sign. You have all the power. The ball is in your court. Be strategic with the abundance that's coming into your life. You're going to have the ability to choose. You know, not choose blindly in the dark like I was with my nails, but in front of your face, you're going to have the ability to choose. Be strategic about it. Because this season is for you. This season is for you. Access potential. Whenever you experience, this is the quickest way to sum up access potential. Anytime a wall is built up in you, anytime you're at conflict with yourself, anytime you're resisting who you are, such as not wearing clothes that you want to wear because you don't like how you look, that's excess potential. You're denying yourself an opportunity to express yourself. Accept yourself. When you accept yourself, there is no excess potential. How do you accept yourself? You have to learn to love yourself unconditionally. Unconditional love is loving people without the expectation. Unconditional love is accepting people for who they are without the expectation, without expecting anything from them, right? I talk about that a lot in the next video, so I'm glad it's all tied together. I will give you a mantra. I'll leave you off the mantra before I get into the cards, just to confirm everything. I accept who I am now, but I am becoming the best version of myself. I accept who I am now, but I want to become the best version of myself. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, per usual. Let's just get into some cards real quick, just to clarify. Y'all saw that. Talking, what did I say? Interesting, conversing more, a weighted message arrives. Like I said, the people who are gonna come into your life, they're gonna be mad curious about you. Let them. You know how to act, right? We've been said this is a strategic collective offer. If you know how to talk, you know how to turn it on. You know when you just know how. I feel like you're stepping into the awareness of learning how to expand and constrict your presence in certain environments when it's needed. Because I'm picking up on you have to learn the power of your own presence. And this is a collective where your presence, I feel like your presence hasn't been recognized in the way that it was designed to be recognized in this world. You're meant to be recognized on a global scale, on a mass scale. You're meant to be seen on a mass scale. I know I am, so this is why I'm talking to the collective who feels the same way. So your presence up until this point in your life has, I'm not gonna say it's been suppressed, but I just feel like you've always felt as though you're just here, even though you know the idea, you have good ideas, you're just someone where you know that the environments that you've been in they didn't serve you. They haven't served you. And you're about to step into environments that are going to serve you because they're going to recognize the power of your presence. Yeah. I feel like the environments that you were in and the people that you were surrounding yourselves with, they didn't recognize the power of your presence. And it's because they didn't have the capacity. They don't have the capacity to recognize God, because your presence is truly like meeting God. Yeah, when people really get to know you, when people really stroke you in the right way, when you're cultivated in the right way, it's really like meeting God. And the people that you surrounded yourself with, they didn't have the capacity to recognize your worth and your light. But like I said, if people haven't already been coming into your life to remind you or just tell you about how awesome you are, how great you are, how much work you've been putting in. They are. And the only reason why you're about to receive all this recognition, the only reason why you're about to receive all this attention, and the only reason why you're about to receive everything that it is that you want is because you accepted yourself first and you recognized yourself first. These people would not be recognizing you if you didn't recognize yourself first. As within, so without. Have faith. Love is coming. Surprise invitation or meeting. The meeting card keeps coming out. One more. Clarify this whole energy. Unsure of the future. Separation card came out. Yeah, unsure of the future. That's what it is. There are people coming in though. Because this is a collective. You can't do this alone. You can't achieve what it is that you want in this world alone. You can't. You need a team of people. And I feel like you've been really, I'm not going to say hopeless because your faith is strong. Yeah, not enough. You've been feeling like you're not enough. You were feeling this lack of confidence within yourself because the people in your life could not see your worth. So it had you questioning your own ideas. It had you questioning your own creative capabilities because the people in your life weren't giving you the validation that you wanted at the time. And it's because you were seeking their validation. You didn't have that validation within yourself. Yep. Paradise card at the bottom of the deck. You didn't have that stability within yourself. Happiness, joy, expansion. You didn't have that within yourself. You didn't have the ability to affirm and accept yourself for who you were at a point in time, which left you feeling like you're not enough, which left you feeling like you're unsure of the future and unsure of the big goals and the big life that you had for yourself in your head. It left you unsure and feeling like, it just left you feeling unworthy of the things that you dreamt about on a daily basis. But it's only because the people in your life were not true reflections of what was meant for you. They were just a reflection of who you were at the time, and you always had the power and potential to expand. They didn't. What? Yeah, healing heart, freedom from toxic relationships or addiction. Like, you freed that, dude. That hurt. Like, it couldn't have been easy. Again, bro, having fun. Like I said, moving on, having fun. You moving past this feeling of not feeling like you're enough, of feeling unsure about the future, because you're recognizing that, yo, I create the future. What am I unsure about it for? Let me just lock in and observe my thoughts. Pick the ones I want to do. Like, pick the ones I want to think about. It's telling me I have no more swords. That's the end of the reading. I love you. Trust yourself. You got yourself to this point. You deserve everything that's about to come. I love you. See you in the next video.